The art of discernment. Why you shouldn't invest in the wrong people. A long-form reflection. We are, by our very nature, social creatures. We yearn for connection, understanding, and the shared warmth of human bonds. To invest in people, to give our time, energy, empathy, and love is one of the most fundamentally human things we can do. But like any investment, the return is not guaranteed by the act of giving alone. It is determined by the recipient, the context, and the health of the transaction itself. To pour yourself into the wrong person is not merely a disappointment. It is a slow, quiet hemorrhage of the soul. It is a depletion of your most precious resources on barren soil, where nothing can ever grow. Here is why you must learn the sacred art of discernment and guard your heart with fierce, loving intelligence. Chapter 1. The cost of the wrong investment. Imagine your spirit as a grand, ancient castle. Your time is the masonry. Your emotional energy is the light in its halls. Your trust is the treasure in its vault, and your love is the hearthfire at its center. Now, imagine granting full access to someone who sees not a castle, but a convenient shelter. They track mud on the carpets, dim the lights with their drama, pilfer the treasure for their own use, and treat the hearth as a public bonfire for their fleeting warmth. The costs are catastrophic. 1. The erosion of self. The wrong person will not reflect your true value back to you. Instead, they will reflect their own needs, distortions, and inadequacies. You will start to see yourself through their lens. Never quite enough, always needing to give more, perpetually at fault. Your identity becomes contingent on fixing, pleasing, or appeasing them. 2. The theft of time and energy. Time is the one currency you can never earn back. Every hour spent managing someone's chaos, decoding their mixed signals, or recovering from their emotional neglect is an hour stolen from your growth, your passions, your peace, and the people who do deserve your light. 3. The distortion of your boundaries. Wrong people often have porous or aggressive boundaries. To coexist with them, you must contort your own. You swallow your no. You excuse the inexcusable. You tolerate the intolerable. Soon, you forget where you end and they begin. Your castle walls crumble. 4. The corruption of your instincts. You are born with a brilliant, internal, compass your intuition. When you consistently ignore its whispers, this feels off. I'm not being respected. This is a one-way street. You eventually go deaf to its voice. You lose faith in your own judgment, the most crucial tool for navigating life. 5. The missed opportunities for right connections. While your gaze is fixed on the draining, high-maintenance connection, you are blind to the calm, steady, reciprocal people who pass by your door. The wrong relationship doesn't just cost you what it takes. It costs you what could have been. Chapter 2. Identifying the wrong people. The red flags are your friends. The wrong people are not monsters. Often, they are wounded, unaware, or patterned into toxic behaviors. But their impact on you is what matters. Here are the archetypes. The emotional vampire. They consume your optimism and leave you drained. Every interaction revolves around their crisis, their drama, their needs. They rarely, if ever, ask, "And how are you?" They feed on your empathy until you are a husk. The chronic taker. The balance is forever skewed. Your support is expected. Theirs is a rare, magnanimous gift. They have a ledger in their mind where your deeds are quickly forgotten, but their smallest favor is held over you for eternity. The unavailable, emotionally, spiritually, or practically. They are a ghost. You are investing in a fantasy, a potential, a someday that will never come. They offer just enough breadcrumbs to keep you on the path, but never the nourishing meal of a real, present connection. They're disrespectful. They dismiss your feelings, you're too sensitive, mock your dreams, break promises, or speak to you with contempt. They do not honor your dignity. To invest in someone who disrespects you is to sanction that treatment. The mirror of your insecurities, the subtle one. Sometimes, the wrong person is wrong for you right now. They perfectly mirror your deepest wound sphere of abandonment, need for validation, tendency to overgive. The connection feels intensely familiar, even fated, because it is a replay of an old script. It's a lesson, not a destination. Chapter 3. The Withdrawal and the Reinvestment. Disengaging is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of profound self-respect and, ultimately, kindness to both parties. You cannot change them. You can only change your own portfolio. 1. Audit your relationships. Take stock. After interacting with this person, do you feel energized or depleted, seen or invisible, at peace or anxious? Your body and emotions never lie. 2. Initiate a strategic withdrawal. You do not always need a dramatic confrontation. Often, it's a gradual, firm process of demoting them in your life. Stop initiating. Be politely busy. Offer less emotional labor. Enforce your boundaries calmly. "That doesn't work for me" is a complete sentence. 3. Reclaim your resources. The time, energy, and love you get back is your sacred capital. Do not leave it idle. Immediately reinvest it in yourself, the most important relationship. Cultivate your hobbies, your health, your mind, your spirit. Build your castles stronger than before. In the right people. Nurture the connections that are reciprocal, where laughter is easy, silence is comfortable, and support flows both ways, without scorekeeping. In your purpose, pour that reclaimed passion into your work, your art, your cause, your community. Create something that outlasts any fleeting drama. Epilogue. The wisdom of the well-tended heart. To choose not to invest in the wrong people is not to become cynical, closed off, or cold. It is the very opposite. It is to become discriminatingly loving. It is to understand that your heart is not an infinite well for others to draw from indiscriminately. It is a cherished garden. You are the steward. You must weed out what chokes the life from your blooms. You must protect the soil. You must learn which plants thrive together in mutual benefit. When you stop investing in the wrong people, you make a revolutionary declaration. My life force is valued. My peace is non-negotiable. My love is a precious gift, not an endless resource for those who would squander it. This creates space, a clean, clear, fertile space. And into that space will walk, not those who seek to take, but those who have also done their work. Those who come not to drain your garden, but to admire it, to tend their own plot beside you, and to share in the sunlight. Guard your castle, tend your garden, invest wisely. The quality of your life depends on it.